Hello, and welcome back to another brand new movie review, where we are continuing, of course, with reviewing the original Star Wars trilogy, and we're now at the last one, Return of the Jedi, which also just so happens to be my 100th review on this channel. Yes, it's taken me nearly 2 years to do 100 movie reviews. Um, and I did not plan it for it to be this. This wasn't planned to be my 100 review. I can tell you that much now. Uh, it just was a happy coincidence. I was looking at my movie review playlist and I saw that it's approaching 100. So yeah, I'm recording this on the 3rd of July. Um, so I still have yet to, film my Oppenheimer video. I'm actually just after finishing uh, a clip for a particular pickups video that I can't remember the name of by the time this comes out. Anyway, I've been rambling for a minute. Yeah, Return of the Jedi. I've told you my opinions on A New Hope, and I've told you my opinions, my controversial opinions on Empire. So that leads now, what are my opinions on Return of the Jedi? And my opinions are positive. For a change, I know, very rare for me. But no, I genuinely do like this movie. There are things that after this rewatch, that I think this scene could have been trimmed down. It could have been done slightly better, or the fact that now that I'm older, I'm not as keen on the Ewoks. So yeah. Otherwise, I had a fantastic time. An amazing end to this movie, and it's an amazing character journey for Luke. We in A New Hope, as I refer to him as the bitch baby Luke, he was actually a youngling essentially. Learning the new stuff of the Jedi Knights and how they and the Jedi way and all that, and then we get to Padawan Luke in Empire, and now we see Jedi Knight Luke in this movie, and this is the perfect version of Luke Skywalker. He is the most badass and most brutal as what he done to Jabba in the first 40 minutes of this movie. I mean, not him exactly, it was actually, Princess Leia that choked him to death. But even in when his robot hand gets shot, you see the rage there. You see the dark side starting to creep in a bit, because that's this whole point. That's the whole this movie is, not only Vader and full properly fully seeing the Emperor Palpatine, um, you know them constantly saying that the darkness within him is starting to grow, and we do see that throughout the movie, and it doesn't come to a head until the final fight with Vader. Luke's been fighting it off throughout the entire fight, trying not to give in to what the Emperor wants. But as soon as Vader realizes that Luke has a sister, being Leia, saying that, oh, I'm going to use this against you. I'm going to find her. I'm going to corrupt her. Then we see Luke fully enveloped in the dark side, fighting off Vader. And that's excellent. I love that fight. It's Luke not holding back. He has learned a lot since Empire, and his training is complete. Essentially, he is now properly a Jedi Knight, and it's a really good scene. Like I said, the Ewok part of this movie. As a kid, I loved the Ewoks. Obviously, I was a kid. That's what the Ewoks are there for. The same with Jar Jar Binks in the prequel trilogy. It's there for the kids. Now that I've grown up, I don't like them as much, but that's not saying that they're all, that it's the worst addition to this movie. It's not. They're there to serve a purpose. It was for the kids. The kids that grew up on Star Wars and Empire, they get this, and hell, they even made a Ewok cartoon out of it, and it was also toy sales. That was another big tractor for it. Kenner Toys doing toys of the Ewoks, even the Ewok village and all that. That's another main selling point of the Ewoks. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. It's not the best of the original trilogy. In my opinion, that's still A New Hope. Um, but it was really good. Now, as I said, there is a scene in the beginning that I would have changed slightly, and I suppose I should talk about that. That scene being, of course, the beginning of the movie where we see C-3PO and R2 rock up to Jabba's palace, then Princess Leia with Chewie, and then Luke. How I would have changed it is as C-3PO and R2 are going up, because there is a line of dialogue saying that, Lando and Chewie hasn't been seen in a while. So they get there, have it that Leia, dressed as the bounty hunter, is already there, having already brought Chewie um, to Jabba, and then have Luke come in. Well, no, after the droids are given to Jabba, then have the scene of Leia when they're all asleep, freeing Han, and then have the Luke scene. I also love the fact that we don't see his new lightsaber, because I know in the promotional images originally it was Luke with a blue lightsaber until George changed his mind and went with the green lightsaber aspect of it. And but if you haven't seen the promotional images and all that at that time, and you're just going into completely blind, not seeing the posters and that, it's a really good scene, first seeing Luke's new lightsaber since he lost it in the last movie, that he constructed. And I have seen not the behind the scenes. I've seen the deleted scene of him tinkering with his lightsaber, and I love that he basically told force R2 in like one of the canon explanations to wait outside, because had it gone wrong, Luke would have and then the Empire would still be a thing. Anyway, yeah, so I definitely think my ranking that I gave in A New Hope still stands for my review for New Hope. It goes, for me, in the original trilogy, it's A New Hope as the best of the original trilogy, followed by this movie, and then Empire. But as I said, it's a perfect ending to a trilogy, and it's an amazing ending to the trilogy. I don't care if you love the original non-special edition version or the one I grew up with, the special edition versions, seeing Hayden Christensen's Anakin in it, and them showing Coruscant and all that. That's a nice wrap to the prequel trilogy movies, which I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind. You're entitled to like whichever version of the original trilogy you grew up watching. For me, it's always been the special editions. I probably will at some point try looking into the despecialized editions of these movies. And I suppose now the question some of you might be asking, now that I've reviewed the original trilogy, am I going to do the same with the prequels and the sequels? Maybe. Definitely with the prequels. I definitely want to revisit the prequels, because that's what I grew up on. That was my Star Wars. Episodes 1, 2, and 3 were my Star Wars. Unlike with 4, 5, and 6. And then maybe I'll do the prequels, because I have seen The Force Awakens, and I have seen Rise of the Skywalker, but I have only seen half of Last Jedi. So I do want to, give that a proper go at some point. But that's going to wrap up the first week of my trilogy reviews. I'm not necessarily going to say what the next trilogy review is, simply because I might watch the first one and change my mind and scrap it. So I don't know is the honest answer until I go and sit down and review it. But obviously you would have seen it in the scissor reel video that I posted back in at the first of this month. So if you want to know what that is, what I'm reviewing for the rest of this month, go check out that video, and it'll tell you all the reviews that are coming out this month. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed my look back over the original series, original trilogy of Star Wars, and I will see you next week for another start of a trilogy review, and I will probably see you tomorrow for a pickups video. I don't know. I'm still in July. This isn't coming out until August. I'll see you probably tomorrow.